exhale. Good. Lengthen through your spine. This is our Friday bar class. Good. Bend at the elbows, lifting up through the chest. So from the side, my tailbone is directed down. The belly is in, heart lifts a little bit off the chest. Just a little back bend. Go ahead and release your arms. Do this again. Take an inhale breath. Lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. Feel it in the spine. Lift up through the chest and then take a little back bend if that feels okay. Only arching at the upper back. So no pressure in the lower back, and then lower your arms. Do it one more time. Inhale breath. Bring in lots of energy this morning. It is Friday. Oh my goodness. Friday feels just like Monday, just like Tuesday. And lower the arms. Good. One more time. Inhale breath. Lengthen here. And let's start to march. So march the legs up, just right about the hip joint. Good. And start to pull the arms down, down, down. Just warming up here. Good. So as we do this, I really want you to feel this right in the belly. You keep marching. Good. So feel it in the belly. Imagine the waves coming in, kind of like a corset. So almost like you're zipping up a tight pair of jeans right to the belly. 8, 7, good. 6, 5, keep moving. 4, 3, 2, bring the knees out to the side. So feel the obliques. Good. Find your balance here. Squeeze through the glutes, warming up every single inch of the body. Today is about balance, about strength, about flexibility, about your core. Now flex your feet. Good. 8, 7, good. 6, 5, feel the inner thighs. 4, and 3, and 2. Bring it back to the center. Keep marching. 8, 7, good. 6, 5, squeeze the glute as you step it down. Good. Feel it. 4, and 3, and 2. Stop moving. Inhale breath. Lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. Exhale breath. Take a forward fold. Hinging at the hips. Be very mindful of the hamstrings, the back. Good. Bend in the knees if you need to. Let the head go. Some of you are very flexible. I'm pretty tight. My hamstrings, the back of the legs. And then do some little circles with the arms. So your hands may touch the ground. They may not. Bring the other way. Good. Just kind of circling it out. Let the shoulders go. Take an inhale breath to lengthen the spine. Good. And then I'm going to face you profile. Bring your hands to the mat. Step on back into high plank. So here we are again. Good. The shoulders are over the palms. The palms may be slightly outside of the shoulders. Now try to flatten up the upper back. Good. Drawing the shoulder blades together. Grip through the glutes a little bit and slight tug of the hips. Good. So the gaze is down to the floor. Good. And then pull in your waist. Take a softness in the knees and lift it up for 2. Like you're going into downward dog. Good. You are. But it's slow and controlled through the belly. And then rounding through the upper back. Flattening, flattening, flattening. Come back into high plank. We're going to move through this motion a few times. Soften in the knees and lift the hips. So it's a great stretch for the back of the legs, the hips, the hamstrings, the spine. And then this is also a great stretch for the underside of the foot. Keep going. Grip the front of the thighs. Good. And then lift the hips. Good. Do this a few times on your own. Make this a full body workout today. Most of our exercises today are really double dutying, where we're using a lot of things at the same time. Lots of muscles. Good. Keep going. Good. Just moving through the body. Take your time. Not super important that you do a certain number of these. Instead, try to feel it in the body. And now we need in high plank. Good. So coming through the high plank, see if you can come onto your forearms. If you need to come to the knees to come down to the forearms, that's fine. Now we're in a forearm plank. Lengthen through the spine here. Press your heels back and shift your body weight forward for 2. Waist in. Squeeze it in. Press back for 2. Feel the underside of the heels. 10 little presses back with the heels. 10. Squeeze your thighs. 9, 8, 7. Keep working. Pressing into the forearms. Good. It's 4, 3, and 2. Here's your hold. Hold it. Breathe in, exhale, practicing good form here for 4 and 3 and 2. Knees to the floor. Separate your knees and hinging at the hips. Bring your body back into child's pose. Good, so we'll work the muscles and then release the muscles. Today we're gonna work a little bit on mobility and flexibility too. Come to your knees. Bring the right leg forward into a low lunge. So this should feel pretty good. Your hands can remain on your thighs. Bring the knee that's on the floor behind the hip. Good. Breathe in here. Exhale. Take an inhale breath. Lengthen both arms. Do a little back bend. Good. And then bring your hands back to your thighs. Square your hips. Here's a little hamstring stretch. Now I happen to have a wall here, so I'm going to hold the wall for support. Some of you are very flexible and you could hinge at the hips and take a full forward fold here. I'm not super flexible. I work on it every day for the last, I'm not going to tell you how many years. Good. And then start to move the foot side to side. Little mobility, work for the hip. Good. Breathe in here and exhale. Now hold it there. Take your left hand to the outside of the hip or the knee or the toe. Just getting in a little stretch first here for the thighs. Lengthen, no pressure in the lower back. Good, come to the center, low lunge again. Lift up through the back leg. Take little spinal twist. So lift up through the right arm if that's available. You can always leave the left knee on the floor. Come back to the center. Good, all right. So here you are. If you can connect your hands to the floor, that's cool. Lengthen through the left leg and square your hips. Rotate the left hip bone down and press the knee down for 2. Good. Squeeze up through the left leg. Squeeze the left glute. Good. Press down for 2. Good. So keep this relaxed. If it's not, or if it's too much, you can always bring your hands up to the thigh, but try not to put a lot of pressure on the thigh. Now hold it here. Hold it here. And now stack your spine. Bring your hands to the thigh. Take an inhale breath. Good. Maybe you lift up both arms. Hold it here. Feel the stretch. Release the knee to the floor. Bring your hands to the floor. Find a low plank. Good. So a forearm plank. Here it is. All right. So you're in that forearm plank again. Good. And if that didn't come very smoothly for you, just get there now. Do something. Come on to your toes. If you need to come to the knees, then come to the knees and wrap the toes to the glutes. If you take that option, really try to squeeze the glutes even more. Now take a nice deep inhale breath. Good. And shift the weight forward for 2. Good. And back for 2. So the shoulders are just coming forward a little bit. You'll feel that zipping sensation in the center. Good. So imagine the hip bones coming together a little bit here and little presses back with the heels. You get a great under stretch there. Good. Belly is in. Now grip the glutes, squeeze them. You have 10, 9, 8. I feel it 2. Good. You might be getting a little breathy. It's 4 and 3 and 2. Hold it here. Release your knees to the floor. Tailbone to the sky. You can open up your arms a little bit. Rotate the palms to the sky if that feels better for you. Stack your spine. Bring your hands to your hips. Press your hips forward. Take your chin off your chest a little bit. And then lengthen your spine. So it's a little back bend at the upper back. Press the hips forward. And then spine is straight. Good. Bring the left leg forward. Bring the right knee behind the standing hip. Bring your hands to your thighs. Take an inhale, breath, lengthen. Very good. Bring both arms up again. Take a little back bend. So this might feel good, like a Friday relaxing stretch. Take a nice deep inhale, but keep it active. So keep that waist in. Good. Exhale, breath, straighten the front leg. Square your hips. Hold the wall if you need it for balance. And start to move the left foot side to side. You're very flexible. Feel free to bring your hands to the mat. You decide. Take an inhale breath. Lengthen here. Lengthen. Take the right hand to the outside of the hip or the knee or the pinky toe. Good. Some of you know I have a fused spine. So my spine is strong because of bar class, but I'm not super flexible, but still working here. So if you can come lower than me, totally fine to go deeper than the teacher. Good. And then bring the left knee back bent, hands to the floor, press into the right hand, and then spiral the left arm to the sky. Good. Energize the left knee toward the center, really zipping through the core. You need to bring the right knee to the floor, you will. Good. Bring both hands down to the floor. Lengthen your spine here. Good. And press the right knee down for 2. And lengthen for 2. Find whatever you need to do. Bring it down for 2. If you can't do this one, you can always leave the right knee on the floor. Just stretch. You'll get there. Use the strength. Find that hip motion. Last one here. Hold it. Bring your hands up to your thigh. Good. Now keep the waist in to lift up your arms. Hold it there for 4 and 3. I want you to listen carefully. Press into the right foot, open into wide, turn out. Here you go. And press it down an inch and up an inch. Good. Down an inch and up an inch. Now, if that didn't come very smoothly for you, good. I'm not sure how it looks on camera, right? There's no editing in this class. Good. But what you're doing is taking your toes and tracking them toward your corners of your room at a 45-degree angle. Now really lift up through your heart. Really pull in your waist and sink it down and hold, and press your knees out and hold. Good. Sink it down and hold. Press your palms down and open up the arms a little bit like that. Good. Press it down. Good. So working into a little shoulder mobility as we work on strengthening the hips. Open. Good. You press it down. Waist in and you open. Now hold your palms open toward me and little presses back with the knees and the arms. Good. Now really try to zip in the waist and take the shoulder blades together. Good. 8, 7, 6, 5. Could you sink another inch? 3, 2. Hold it there. Now press your palms down in tiny presses down with arms. Good. Now firm up your arms. Use your arms just as strongly as you do with the weights. You have 10, 9, 8, 7. Good. Waist is in. It's 4 and 3 and 2. Hold it here. Lift up both arms. I like to keep mine in kind of goalpost shape. You can always lift them a little longer. If you do, drop the shoulders away from the ears. Little presses back with the arms and back with the legs. 10, 9. Keep working. Could you sink a little lower? Good. Back is relaxed but strong. You have 4 and 3 and 2. Hold it here. Hold it. Sink a little lower. 10 presses down and up, down and up, down and up, down and up, down and up. 5 more. Good. 3 and 2. Hold it. Bring your hands back out to that V. Draw the shoulders back. Sink down 1 more inch. Here's your hold. Now come down 1 more inch. I dare you. Try to pull your heels towards your waist. Really zipping in here. You feel it in your inner thighs. How about 4 presses down and a hold? It's 4. A little deeper. You have 3. Good. 2 and hold. And rise. You got it. Draw the toes forward or slightly in. Hands to the hips to lengthen through the spine. Good. And then bring it about halfway, hinging at the hips. And then feel free to bring your hands down toward the mat. If you need to soften in the knees, do it. Relax your head. Wide forward fold. Breathe in. Exhale, bring it to a halfway lift, and then safely step your legs in. Grab your weights. Grab your weights. You got this. Your feet are underneath your hips. You're going to bring your legs forward, so the toes are tracking forward. Draw the shoulders back. So take a couple rolls of the shoulders back. Good. So there's no hunching in the upper back. Good. Now draw your shoulder blades together and bring the right arm out for 2. Bring the left arm out for 2. Lengthen through the spine and then lower the right arm about 6 inches off the thighs and bring it up for 2. Now the left. Good. Thumbs face the sky. It looks like this from the side. Bring it down, belly in and up for 2. Squeeze the arms. You feel this in the shoulders a bit. Good. Now see if you can firm up the top of the arm. That's your bicep. Into the other side of the arm, the underside of the arm, the tricep. So squeeze through the muscles. These little weights get pretty heavy. Good. We do about 5 minutes of weight work in barre class. Now start to bring those arms into a V. Good. So just a narrow V. You're not way open here. You're in this V. Good. And keep squeezing. Bring it down. Good. Keep the left arm active as the right arm stays up. And then same with the right arm as it's up in the air there. You're going to keep it active. Squeeze through the muscles. Good. Now see if you can really connect the navel to the spine. Good. Relaxing the tailbone down. So no pressure on the lower back. And then slightly shift your body weight forward so you feel this a little bit in the abdominal wall. Good. 2 more times. Nice and strong. Last one here. Good. Now hold it there and pull them in for 2. Squeeze. Press up for 2. You got this. Press down toward the waist. Lift the chest when you do this and press up for 2. Keep going. Pull it down. It's like a lat pull at the gym. Press up for 2. Good. Pull it down. Good. Press up. So some of you have heard my same story about the gym over and over and over. Many years ago, I used to belong to a big box gym, and I would drop my kids off in childcare. That was the greatest bonus. But the thing about this lat pull machine, and we're doing this exercise right now, is that if you left that lat pull machine, let's say you did 12 reps and you left and you wanted to come back, there was a long line. So here today, in this class, you get to do all of the moves, right? Nobody's gonna interrupt you. Pull it down for 2, squeeze, press, or up for 2, good. Press it down, squeeze, press up, 2 more times like that. It's down, you squeeze, and up for 2, last 1, good. Here you go, and pull it down. Lift up through the chest and tiny pulls. Pull it in, pull it in. Some of us really got into fitness and even bar class because some of the studios that we belonged to had child hair. You have 8, 7, now you can do this workout right at home. Good, 4, and 3, and 2, rotate the palms to face the sky. You're gonna do this again. Press it up just halfway, squeeze the arms, good, and pull it down for 2, good. Let's go, it's up, for 2, you squeeze, you pull it right down, good. It's up, extend the arms, good. So this is good for mobility in the joints. As you press it out, imagine the elbows coming up to a counter. Place it out, squeeze the bicep, squeeze the tricep, pull it in, use your back. Again, up, squeeze, down, good. Keep going, up, palms face the sky. Everything is really active. Do 2 more times. I like it. Last one. Now hold them there and tiny presses, just bend and stretch. Bend and stretch, I'm feeling it too. Lift the chest, good. So there's no rounding in the chest. From profile, my heart is lifted. The waist is in. Glutes are relaxed, but legs are active. Good. Shift the body weight forward just a little bit. You have 8, 7, good. 6, 5, then we take a little break. Good. It's 4, and 3, and 2. Hold it. Relax the arms for a second. Roll your shoulders back a couple times. Roll them forward. That should feel pretty good. Now here's where we're going. I'm going to face you profile. Right leg forward, toes track forward, left leg behind you. If you are with me in yoga, it looks like warrior 1. Square your hips and shoulders, hinging at the hips. Roll the left arm forward and squeeze it on back there. Extend it out. Chin is off the chest. Lift up your arm and hold. Press in toward the center and hold. Again, it's up, hold, squeeze, waist in and in. Good. It's lift. And you squeeze it to the center. Good. Try to have the arm above the hip. Now try to really keep that left leg active and little squeezes, arm to the center, arm to the center. Use the back of the body. Good. Now really try to draw the right elbow in a little bit. Good. Keeping that area right around the bra line really tight. Good. 8, 7, good. 6, 5, keep going. 4, and 3, and 2. Hold it here. Listen. Take a tiny bend in the left elbow. It's little, you might not even detect it. Great big stretch and squeeze. Good. Tiny bend and great big stretch and squeeze. And so what makes bar class quite different is that we're squeezing all the muscles, contracting the muscles for this full 5 minutes of weight work. Good. Changing the shape of the muscle, keeping the muscle tone without building bulk, and you bend and stretch, bend, stretch. Bend, stretch. So using all of the muscles right around the bone. So try to really squeeze the muscles right in. Here you go. It's 8, 7, squeeze, 6, 5, keep going. 4, and 3, and 2. Here it is. Hold it. Could you lift up the arm a little bit more? Could you lengthen it more? Could you rotate the palm forward? 4 lifts and a hold from here. 4, squeeze, 3, squeeze, 2, hold, breathe. And relax. Roll the shoulder back. Switch sides. Left leg forward. Right leg back. Good. And now the right toes track towards your front corner. Hinge at the hips. Roll the right arm forward. And squeeze it on back there like you're pulling in a weight there. Good. Squeeze it toward the center and extend your arm and lift it up and squeeze and press it in. Good. I was thinking about a lawnmower, those old-fashioned. Well, they're not really old-fashioned, but you know what I'm saying, where you pull the lawnmower, you're really squeezing it up and squeeze it in. Good. You lift it up and squeeze it in. You're probably, what the hell is she talking about? I don't know if I'm allowed to say that word on this Zoom call, sorry. And squeeze. Good. You lift it up and squeeze it in. Good. You lift it up. I actually don't have a lawnmower. I'm thinking about investing in one today. Good. Maybe you have some suggestions and you're probably thinking, Mare, this is not how you work a lawnmower with your arm behind you. Good. And squeeze it in. Good. And little is up. Up squeeze. Up squeeze. Now press into the front foot. Keep the abdominals active here. Broaden through the collarbones. Waist is in. Now press into the back foot. You have 4 and 3 and 2. Hold it up there. Lift it up another inch. Squeeze it to the center. Take a tiny bend in the right elbow. Great big stretch and squeeze again. It's a tiny bend. Great big stretch and squeeze. Your waist is in. Good. The heart is lifted. Tiny bend. Great big stretch and squeeze. Now try to connect the left elbow toward the center, keeping that area at the scapular bones, right in the shoulder blades together, and bend and stretch. Bend, stretch, bend, stretch, bend, stretch. So this is affecting our posture. Good. Strengthening all of the muscles here. You have 10, 9. It's getting hard, right? You have 4 and 3 and 2. Hold it here. Rotate your palm forward. Good. Lift it up and hold. Squeeze 4 times and we hold. And it's 4 and 3 lifts and 2 and hold it. Lengthen the right arm. Hold it there for 4 and 3 and 2. Good. Straighten your spine. Wide turnout. Good. Here you are again. And you go down an inch and up an inch. Good. Down an inch and up an inch. Good. Down an inch and up an inch. And tiny presses down and up. Down and up. Now hold it on the down. Press your knees back a little deeper. Open up your arms and curl them in. Sink your hips. Extend the arms out. Try to keep the knees back the whole time. And out. Good. So bringing in a little thigh work to the arms here today. Good. Curl them in. Press them out 2 more times. Curl them in. You got this out. Good. Now hold them on the out. Hold them on the out. This is our last exercise. Good. Ready? Remember this one? Come in with the elbows. Press out. Good. You pull them in. This time the thumbs face the sky. Good. Use your shoulders. Use your back. Use your biceps. Use your triceps. You can do this. 2 more times. Nice and strong. Now hold it there. Sink your knees and 10 presses down. Down with the hips and up with the arms just a little. You have 10, 9, 8, 7. I'm even working up a sweat here. Good. You have 4, you have 3, you have 2. Hold it. Squeeze your elbows in and safely rise. Let your weights go. Bring them to the floor somewhere near you. Take an inhale breath. Good. Exhale breath. You can take that wide forward fold again. Or, kind of student choice today. You can always bring your feet underneath your hips a little bit. So just take some sort of forward fold. Good. Breathe in here. Let your head go. Take an inhale breath, halfway lift. Bring your legs back in. Take an inhale breath, lengthen. Remember at the beginning of class, we did that little back bend. So feel how the body starts to feel a little different after doing the weights. Inhale breath to the top. Bend through the right elbow. Take a little stretch for your tricep. Good. Take your time. Bend into the knees. Reach out of the waist over to the side. That might be a nice place to stay, or extend both arms. Maybe you look up. Maybe you release the lower arm there. Good. Breathe in. Exhale. Good. Inhale to the top. Bend through the left elbow. Soften in the knees. Reach out of the waist to the right. Legs can stay a little bent or straight. You decide. Extend both arms. Good. Maybe you look up. Maybe you lower the lower arm. Take an inhale breath to lengthen. Good. Stay here. Inhale to the top. Exhale breath, forward fold. I'll meet you on the floor. So take a forward fold and then step on back into high plank. Good. Lengthen through your spine here. Chin is off the chest. Good. It's 10, 9, 8, 7. Good. 6, 5. Now take your hands outside of the shoulders. You can either come to the knees or stay right here. Good. And bend your elbows down for 2. Press up for 2. I'm coming to my knees. Right away, we feel this in the chest. Good. Good. Keep the waist in. If you're on your knees, wrap the toes to the glutes. Good. We're only going halfway down for 2. And press it up for 2. Good. So they're modified push-ups. You're only going halfway down. Once you feel this in the chest, But then get the same sensation in the abdominals as you did in a plank. Keep it as a moving plank. Keep the chin off the chest. No rounding at the upper back. Bring it halfway down. 10 presses down and up. Down and up. 10, 9, 8, 7. You've got this. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold. Extend your legs. Slowly, safely come on down. Good. You can make a little pillow underneath your head or make some goalpost arms here. Good. We're going to do a little spinal extension. Take a tug of the hips. Lengthen the right leg off the floor. We're going to get the glutes involved here as we work the upper back and the lower back. Lift up the right leg and squeeze it to the center and hold. Good. So take your chin off your chest if your head is lifted off the floor. Otherwise, you make a safe pillow underneath your head or stack fist to fist. We're trying to get some spinal extension work and press it to the center. Lift it up with the right leg. Pull your navel off the floor. Good. Lift up and squeeze it in. Now hold the right leg long and take a tiny bend in the right knee. Great big straighten and squeeze. Good. It's a tiny bend. Great big straighten and squeeze. Lots of muscle here. Good. Great big straighten and squeeze. Now take this at tempo. Go. Bend, stretch, bend, stretch, bend, stretch, bend, stretch. Little bend, great big reach. Each time you reach it long, try to squeeze the front of your leg, your quadricep, into your hamstring. 10, 9, 8, 7. You've got this. 6, 5. Good. 4, 3, 2. Hold it. Lengthen for 4 and 3 and 2. Hold it and relax for a second. Bring your head to the floor if it was up. Wrap your toes to the glutes and just kind of windshield wiper the legs a little bit just to release the back. Do whatever you have to do to take care of your body today. This is a challenging workout. And I've heard from a few of my friends who've taken this class, not during Zoom, but later on YouTube. One is my friend Colleen has taken this class and said it was really hard. She even needed to take a break. So take a tiny tuck of the hips. Just don't go away right now. If you're on this Zoom call, don't go unload the dishwasher. Stay with me here. Lift the left leg off the floor. Take its tiny tip of the hips to pull in your waist. Good. And lift it up and hold. And squeeze it to the center and hold. Good. It's up and squeeze it to the center. Good. And it's up, lift, squeeze, and squeeze it to the center. You've got this. Up. Good. Squeezing through the glutes. So the whole backside of the body is engaged right now. It's the glutes, it's the thigh now. It's all of the muscles that support your spine. So really brace the abdominals in. There's an ever so slight tuck of the hips. Good. So think about lifting the navel back in. Good. And squeeze it in. Now little lifts up. Up squeeze. Up squeeze. You've got this. Strengthening everything here. 8, 7. If your head is off the floor, your gaze is to the floor. Otherwise, you make that pillow, or you can do fist over fist. Just something to keep the spine elongated. Good. Now hold it there. And we take a little bend in the left knee. Great big straighten and squeeze. Keep working. It's a little bend. I may not even be able to detect it. You might not be able to detect it if you're watching this at home. So just use my cues and use your body here to get stronger. And you bend and stretch. Good. This doesn't even require weight, but it feels really strong, doesn't it? 10, 9, 8. I'm right with you. Good. 7, 6, 5. Keep working. 4 and 3 and 2. Hold it there. Elongate your leg. If possible, lift up the right leg. Maybe you lift up your upper body too. Maybe you bring your arms behind you like a superwoman or man. Palms face the sky. Hold it here for 4 and 3 and 2. Return your hands to the floor and safely press your body up and find child's pose. Palms can face the sky here. Sink your hips back. If that's too much for you, you can always leave your hips off of the heels a little bit if it's too much in your hips and your knees. Good. Come back to the hands and knees. Good. Take an inhale breath to lengthen your spine. It's cat-cow. And then round the back, the full articulation of the spine as much as you can here. Try to lower the tailbone a little bit down toward the knees. Do this a few times on your own. Good. So we work the muscles and then we stretch the muscles. Good. Now flatten the back in a tight, strong table. Palms are underneath the shoulders. Curl your toes under. Now start to pull the palms toward you. Good. Firming up through the full spine. spine and through the center of the body. Lift the knees off the floor about an inch and lower them down to the floor and lift. Good, good. All you're lowering is the knees. Zip your navel in. 8. Hollow out the belly. Good. It's 4. I might have missed a count or 2 there for those of you who are counting here. It's 3. It's 2. Last one here, hold it. Hold it here. It's a neutral spine plank. Press into the palms. Pull the palms toward the toes. Hold it there for 4 and 3 and 2. Relax. Good. Bring your legs forward and come onto your back. Come onto your back. When you get there, hug the knees in toward the chest. Good. Let them go a little away from you. This is just a stretch to relieve the lower back, and then start to bring the knees out toward the shoulders. Do this a few times. Good. And then hug the knees in, and then lift up your upper body. Make a little pillow underneath the hips. Good. You can either leave the head, neck, and shoulders off the floor or return it to the floor. Either one is fine. And press the toes down to the floor and lift them up for 2 toward the chest. Good. Not super important that the toes go all the way to the floor. What you want to do is minimize the pressure on the lower back. Good. If it's more comfortable to be here, you will. Good. Sometimes by lifting up the head, neck, and shoulders, you can press the navel down deeper. You decide. Good. So you're making a little ball with the body. Good. The knees come to the center and slowly bring them down. Control the movement. Good. So there's no momentum, just muscle here. Do 2 more like that. Good. Now hold the knees in little presses with the knees toward the chest. I'm going to release my head, neck, and shoulders to the floor. Good. It's 10, 9, 8, 7. Good. 6, 5. If you have your head, neck, and shoulders on the floor, slight tuck of the chin toward the chest. Good. Last one here. Press them in for 2. Extend them out for 2. Good. Again, press them in. Not super important that the legs go all the way out. In fact, they might only go out a little bit. We want to keep the navel pressing down. So if you feel that you start to lose control or that the back arches, if the legs go all the way out, you can either lift the toes a little higher. So you can bring them up a little higher. You could kind of play with bringing them lower if you feel like this is too easy for you. Keep going. Just be mindful of your back. So we want to keep the navel connected to the spine the whole time. 2 more times. Last one. Now hold the legs on and out. They're probably at about a 45-degree angle. You can bend them a little if you're tight in the hamstrings. Release your hands if they're still under you, and lift up your upper body in little curls up. Up, squeeze. Some of you may want to straighten your legs. Whatever you decide is fine. 10, 9. As long as you're protecting your back, we want to sink the navel to the spine. Sink it in for 10, 9, 8, 7. You've got this. 6, 5. Good. Keep working. Now hold it there. Feel the pause. Lift up another inch. Sink the navel. Up another inch, sink the navel, up another inch. Now, if it's too much to have your hands up like that, either grab to the back of your thighs, bend through the elbows, good, or make a little pillow behind your head, either with 1 or 2. If you do that, just hold that bone back there. It's called the occipital bone at the top of the spine. Maybe you bring your thumbs to your jaw. Good. It's 4 more, and 3 more, and 2 more. And hold it here. I sound like a cheerleader. 10 lifts up. 10. I am. Woo, woo. There's nobody listening here. Good. I hope you're cheering too. 4. Good. And 3. Keep going. And 2. You feel strong. Now hold it there. Look at you. 8, 7. Here's your hold. Make it strong. Lower your legs another inch. Good. 4 and 3. And 2, relax the head, neck, and shoulders. Good. You can kind of roll a little bit on your side. That back of the body gets a little massage, the sacrum. Good. Side to side with the knees. Good. And then hold behind the knees again. Good. Lift the upper body up. Now this time, tabletop your legs. Good. And release your hands down to the floor. About an inch off the floor, you reach it right, squeeze, and to the center, squeeze. Good. Reach it left and bring it center. So a little oblique work. Nice and smooth. Legs can either be hips distance apart or they can be squeezing together. You decide. Maybe make the movement a little bit fluid. Good. So a little faster now, maybe. If you feel like you've lost control of the exercise, then you slow it down for just 4 more. No pressure in the neck. You can always hold to the back of the head again if you need it. 3, good. 2, hold it in the center, reach your arms up, 10 lifts up, 10, 9, you can always hold to the back, right? Good, keep working. You have 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and release. Hug your knees in, little rock on the spine, and then safely come through one side. Doesn't matter which way you go, come back to your hands and knees. Good, do a round cat-cow again to relieve the spine. So inhale, breath, lengthen. Good, exhale, breath, round the back like a cat. Do it one more time. Curl the toes under, bring your hands just in front of the shoulders to lift your hips into downward facing dog. Now you may have done downward facing dog before. We've actually done it in class a couple times today. Good, this time bend your knees, even if you're very flexible, so that maybe you get a little bit more lift in the hips. Pull in the belly a lot, relax your head, neck, and shoulders though. Use your arms and then maybe you straighten your legs a little bit more so you get a nice stretch on the back of the legs. Good, pull in the waist and then spiral forward back into that high plank. Remember this high plank. Good, now soften in the knees. Lift the hips, downward facing dog. We're gonna go through this about 3 times. Just do it on your own, make it feel good. But get that same sensation in the body as the plank, even as you lift up. Good. All right, hold it in, downward facing dog. Good, breathe in. Exhale, walk your hands back or forward. Either one is fine. Press into the feet to safely rise. We're gonna do a little bit of thigh work. I'm gonna take a quick sip of water. And if you have that band, remember we said in the beginning of class, if you have some sort of resistance band today that can go around the thighs, then bring it with you. If you don't have that, it's okay too. So take that band and bring it just above the knee, just above the knees. Good, and I'm gonna face you profile. I have a wall here, so come either to a wall or chair or something you can use for balance. The feet are underneath the hips, good. And you're gonna lengthen your legs. So lift up through the heels for calf work first, and then open your legs a little so you feel just this little hint that there's that band around the legs. If you don't have the band, again, it's fine. Press down the heels for 2. Calf raises up for 2. Lengthen, squeeze your glutes, and press it down for 2. Good. So keep your ears over shoulders, shoulders over hips, and then squeeze through your glutes. Good. Keep going. Good. Up for 2. You squeeze down for 2. Good. Try to keep the feet very parallel. So you might need to adjust. I need to adjust a little bit myself. Good. Down for 2. Keep going. It's up. You squeeze and down for 2. Now squeeze the glutes. Squeeze the quads. Take it at tempo. Lift and lower. Lift lower. Lift lower. Maybe take the outer arm and lift it up for 10, 9, 8, 7. If this is too fast, slow it down. 4 and 3 and 2. Hold it. Replace the hand to the floor. Lower the heels. Good. Open up your feet just a tiny bit more so that they're underneath. Point the right forward. Lift it off the floor and hold. Lift up, hold, squeeze. So these are single leg lifts. Waist is in. It's up, hold, squeeze. Up, hold, squeeze. Now try to shift your body weight a little bit into the instep of the left, but once again, if you don't have the resistance band, you still feel this quite a bit. A little lift, up, squeeze, up, squeeze. If you have the resistant band, it may not lift as high. Good. It's challenging. Squeeze the left glute. 10, 9, 8, 7. Today we're doing some double duty between the glutes and the thighs. 4 and 3, using opposing muscles. Good. Now really still zip in the navel and hold it here. Last thing with this single leg lift, take a tiny bend in the right knee. Great big straighten and squeeze. Again, it's a tiny bend. Great big straighten and squeeze. Now each time you squeeze, I want you to squeeze the quadricep. That's the front of this right leg. Squeeze the left leg. Squeeze the glute. Good. Really zip the navel in, lifting up through the heart. It's bend and stretch, bend, stretch, bend, stretch for 10, 9, 8, 7, good, 6, 5. If you're still going, if my friend Colleen is on the line now, keep going. It's 4 and 3 and 2. Hold it here, hold it. Now take the right leg, bring it behind you. Bring it behind you. Soften in the left knee. Tip your hip, good. And press it back, hold, squeeze, good. So now we're working on the right glute. Press it back, hold, squeeze. Take a bend in the left knee and really tuck your hips under to protect the back. Back, hold, squeeze. Keep it strong. Back, hold, squeeze. This can be done without the resistance band. If you have the resistance band, you may feel it a little bit differently. It may not go back as far. Good. The right leg is just relaxed. Good. And you have 10, 9, 8, 7. Keep going. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold it here. Hold it here. Listen carefully. Take the right leg. It's behind the standing leg and lift it out to the center of the room and bring it down. Good. So you're working the outside lateral angle of the glute. They're little fire hydrant lifts, but slow and controlled. So if you don't have a resistance band, try to resist the urge to just fling it up there. If you have the resistance band, you just feel it a little differently. Good. Keep going. Up for 2 and lower. You see inner thigh as you lower it. Up for 2 and down for 2. You probably wonder how many more. How about 4 more? It's an up. You got it. And down for 2. 3 more. Keep going. Last 2. Keep the glute engaged. Last one here. Hold it up there. 10 little lifts. Up squeeze. Up squeeze. You might barely detect the motion here. 10, 9, 8, 7. Squeeze from right here. Good. You have 4. You have 3. You have 2. Hold it. Relax for a second. Shake it off. I felt it too. You feel it quite a bit on the standing leg. We'll stretch in a bit. Good. Come to the other side right away. If you need to shift the hips side to side, you will. Lengthen through the spine again. Good. And think about pressing into the right foot. Lengthen through the left leg. Lift up the heart and lift the left leg off the floor and lift it up and hold and squeeze. Good. Up, hold, squeeze. Single leg lifts are really challenging, right? It's up, hold, squeeze. Now, if you have that resistance band, see if you can continue to use that resistance to get deeper into the standing leg too. Good. If you don't have it, it'll work too by shifting your body weight a little bit into the instep of the right foot. Little lift, up, squeeze, up, squeeze. Squeeze the front of the left leg. Use the abdominals. Good. Flatten that abdominal wall. Good. No matter how it looks on the outside, I want you to make sure that you're pulling it in like you're zipping up a tight pair of pants. Internal Spanx. Good. 10, 9, 8, 7. You've got this. 6, 5. Keep working. Ears are over shoulders, over hips, over feet. Now hold it here. Ready? Take a tiny bend in the left knee. Great big straighten and squeeze. If you need a break, take it. Great big straighten and squeeze. Let's do 10 at tempo. 10, 9, 8, 7. Keep going. 6, 5, 4. I feel it. 2, 3, 2, 1. Hold it there. Hold it there. Lengthen. Listen carefully. Take the left leg back. It's behind the standing leg. Soften in the right knee. Tuck your hips. Good. The left leg is just along for the ride. Feel the resistance as you press it back. Hold, squeeze. Good. Back, hold, squeeze. You feel that glute, right? Good. It's back, hold, squeeze. Lengthen the body. Keep that tip of the hips. That protects the back. Feel the pause as you go back. Use the resistance. If you don't have a band, it's fine. And then you press and press and press back. Press back. Little press is back. 10, 9, 8, 7. Keep going. 6, 5. Good. 4 and 3 and 2. Hold it there. Hold it there. Tuck your hips. Think about it. Left leg out to the corner of the room for 2 and press it in. Good. So it's coming out to the side, but not directly to the side here. It's an out in the back and a squeeze. Good. That way you protect your back and you're not putting too much pressure on the hip joint. Good. So we can get through this together. I feel it too. You feel it a lot in the right hip. Good. Try to shift the body weight over a little bit. Good. 2 more slow. Good. Hold it on the out 10 lifts. 10, 9, 8, 7, keep squeezing, 6, 5, good, 4, and 3, you feel it, I do too, hold it, and release. You can take that band off for now. We'll take a little stretch, a figure 4 standing. So take the right ankle to the top of the left knee, you can sit your body down, good. You can always try to find some balance here, good. And switch legs. If you can balance, maybe you have a wall behind you, you can touch it, and then try to find some balance here. Find something stable that's not moving. You get a little stretch in the outside. Good, one more thing, shake it off. You've done this move before. Bring your heels together, toes are 3, no more than 4 inches apart. Lengthen through your spine, firm up your glutes for a second. Tuck your hips under. Release your spine now, release your spine, lift the hip or lift the heels about an inch. Glutes are not squeezing here, but the waist is pulled in and bend your knees right away. Draw the shoulders back, press down, hold, squeeze. Again, down, hold, squeeze. It's down, hold, squeeze, and go down an inch, up an inch, down an inch, up an inch. Good, now I'm gonna face you forward for a second. Good, now maybe, just maybe, you take your hands off of the wall for your support. You might be holding a chair. Good. Now hold it down and press your body weight a little bit into the instep of the feet. Right away, you zip up through the core then. You're using your inner thighs. Sink it down and hold. Draw the shoulders back. Now press your palms together a little so you feel your abdominals. Good, no stress in the neck, and go down an inch, up an inch, down and up, down and up. Tiny presses down and up. 10, 9, 8, 7, you're almost finished. Find your balance. Balance is a big part of this class. Find it, hold it here for 4, good. And 3, sink down. Take your arms up, let's do 10 presses down. Find your balance, good. 8, 7, 6, 5, you've got it. 4, and 3, and 2, hold it. Can you sink down 1 more inch? Can you sink down 1 more inch, knowing a stretch is coming? For 4, and 3, and 2, safely rise. Shake it off. We're gonna do a stretch right here. I'm gonna touch my wall this way. You can always face the wall if you wish. Take one leg back. I'm gonna bring my right leg forward, left leg back. So it's a little bit of a lunge. It's modified. We're standing here. Take an inhale, breath, lengthen. Good, breathe in. Exhale. Good, straighten that back leg and bring back the right hip. Good, so modified hamstring stretch. Good. Point the toes to the floor. Good, flex them up. Good. I'm just hinging at the hips halfway. Some of you are flexible enough that you can let go of your grip on the wall or your touch on the wall and take a bit of a forward fold if you need that deeper sensation. Good, move through it a few times. Just feel the stretch and then hold it on the hamstring stretch. Sink the right hip a little bit deeper. Breathe in, just relieving some of the work that we just did, and then safely stand. Reach for the right ankle for a quadricep stretch. Stand on the left leg. Take a tuck at the hips and try to have the right leg behind you. Now maybe you reverse the grip, so you're holding the inside. Lengthen through the spine. Maybe you take the left arm up. Maybe you start to find some balance. Maybe you reach forward. Maybe you lift back with the right leg. Good. So modified dancer's pose if you were with me in yoga. Breathe in here. Exhale. Find your balance. And safely rise. Good. Switch sides. Good. You can touch the wall for balance if you need it. Good. Soften in the right knee. Tuck your hips. Have the left leg behind you. So find that quad stretch first. We worked the thighs quite a bit. Good. And then maybe you reverse the grip. Try it. Why not? Release the right arm to the sky and start to hinge at the hips. Some of you are even more flexible where you can lift that leg a little higher. But really try to keep the integrity of the spine here. So square your hips, find your balance, something that's not moving, maybe lift the left leg a little higher, breathe in, exhale, and safely rise. Good. Come to the center, take an inhale breath, lengthen your spine. We've been here before. Exhale breath, take a forward fold. And then round back, if that feels good. You can soften in the knees, breathe in. And then in the beginning of class, we kind of did some circles with the arms. It kind of, sometimes it's called stirring a pot. Good, it just kind of relaxes the shoulders a little bit. Good, and then bring it the other way. Inhale breath is a halfway lift. And then come on down to the floor again. If you've been here before in this plank. Good, breathe in, exhale. And then come to your forearms. Good. Come to your forearms. Tuck your hips. Possibly lift the right leg off the floor. 10 lifts. It's 10, 9, 8, 7. You can always bring the left knee to the floor if you want it. 4, and 3, and 2. Hold it. Lengthen through the right leg. Good. Lengthen through the left leg. Point your toe. Hold it there for 4, and 3, and 2. Relax for a second. Good. Press the hips back. Come back to a forearm plank. Good. You can always come to the knees if you need it. They're short little mini sets here. Your body remembers this. Lift up through the left leg. Good. Breathe in. This is an option. You can always bring it to the floor. 10 little lifts. 10, 9, 8, 7. Toes can be pointed or straight. You decide. 4, and 3, and 2. Here's your hold. Press back through the right heel. Now, most of you who know me here, all of you know me on this call, I would, if you were with me in the studio now, suggest that you lift up the right leg and hold the left leg up there. Don't really try it. Hold it there for 10. Bring your left foot to the floor if it was up. 9, 8, 7. Press into the floor with the forearms. 3, and 2, and relax the knees to the floor. Tailbone to the sky. Extend your arms long. Good. Breathe in here. Exhale. Good. And come on to your back. And take a little sip of water here. You're almost finished. Good. Have your strap handy for after class. And if you have that resistance band, put it back on. Put it back on. Here you go. Bring the strap just below the knees. Flatten your back to the floor. Good. You can either make a little pillow underneath the hips or bring your hands to your side. Good. Press your legs in for 2. Extend them out for 2. Good. Bring them in and open your legs just outside of the hip line. Squeeze them in. You got that? Press them out. Good. And in and open and in. Good. Use the resistance. Good. If you don't have a band, it's totally fine. There's a slight tuck of the chin toward the chest. You get to decide how long the legs get to be. Good. So you can always bring them a little lower to the floor, depending on the strength of your spine, depending on your flexibility. Good. Good. Keep going. Just find where you get the deepest work. Last 2. Good. Place them out there. Now hold them on the out and tiny presses out and in. Out and in. Good. You're just returning the knees back to the starting position and the legs come out, squeeze. Out, squeeze. Use your very lowest part of the abs. Transverse abdominis. 8, 7. Keep working. 6, 5. Don't compromise the form. If you need a break, you'll do it. Now hold it here. Bring the knees over the hips. Bring them in for 2. Squeeze. Extend for 2. Good. Bring them in. So not super important that they go all the way out like that. More important that the back stays flat. So my legs don't go very far out because I'm really using those lower abs. Good. Bring them in. Squeeze tighter and out. Keep working. It's in. Good. And out. Sink the navel in. It's into the spine. Good. Last one here. Bring it here and open the thighs. Open, squeeze, open, squeeze. Try to find your oblique muscles. 10, 9, 8, 7. Working all the muscles that support the spine. 4, and 3, and 2. Hold it. Squeeze them in. Hug your knees in for a second. Good. Take a little rock in the tailbone. Good. And then bring your feet to the floor. Good. You can either press the palms into the floor or you can reach the arms up. I'm just going to press the palms into the floor. Some of my friends dig their elbows into the floor a little. Lift your hips off the floor for glute raises and down for 2. Good. Sometimes we call this back dancing. It's Friday. Let's call it back dancing. Good. It's up for 2. Squeeze the glutes and down for 2. Good. So if you have that resistance band, just see if you can feel that pressure on the outside of the thighs. If you don't, it's totally fine. It's out for 2. Good. And down 2. And you can still definitely and tuck your hips. And little presses out with the thighs. Press it up. Press it up. Keep your waist in. Now really feel this zipping sensation through the body. It's 10, 9, 8, 7. Good. 6, 5. Good. 4, and 3. Dance like no one's watching. Good. Hold it there. Squeeze them back to the center. Full range of motion. You lower. Good. And lift. 2 more slow. It's lower. Good. And lift. 1 more time slow. It's down. And hold it on the up and little tuck squeeze. Tuck squeeze. Tuck squeeze. All right. Now maybe, just maybe, you press deeper into the right foot. Everyone hold it up there. Maybe you try to lift the left leg in tabletop. If you feel that resistance, you know what I'm talking about, right? Tuck your hips, press your knee in an inch and out an inch. It's in an inch and out an inch. Good. You can do this without the band. It's 4, control it. It's 3, keep working. It's 2, use your abdominals. Last one here, and lift and squeeze. Lift, squeeze, lift, squeeze. Last chance to work the abdominals. Last chance to work the glutes and thighs. Good, it's 4, and 3, and 2. Hold it, and release the foot to the floor. Full range of motion. It's lift and lower. No break for the glutes today. It's lift and lower. Keep the waist in here. It's 10, 9, almost done. 8, good. 7, 6, I'm so excited. We only have 5 more. It's 3, and 2, and 1. Hold it, press into the left foot. Maybe you lift up the right leg, good, and squeeze it in, and press it out, good. It's in, and down, and up, and out, good. It's just in, and out, and up, and out, just a little, good. Keep going, do something. If it's too much to have the leg up, you can always return the foot to the floor. Do something, or do nothing. We're almost there. 4, and 3, and 2. Feel the resistance. Hold your leg up and little squeezes up and up. Good, lift, squeeze, lift, squeeze. 10 more, 9, 8, 7. Keep the waist in. Protect your neck with a slight tuck of the chin. Good, 4, and 3, and 2. Hold it, breathe, press into the left foot. Lower the right foot to the floor. 1 strong leg, go. It's little tuck, tuck, squeeze, tuck, squeeze, tuck, squeeze. Now squeeze your thighs together. Squeeze your ankle bones together. Zip the navel right in. Now hold it at the top. And open the knees for 2. Squeeze the thighs and close for 2. And lower the hips, good. And lift, squeeze, and open. Find the pattern. Squeeze it closed. Use the outside lateral angle of the glutes. Good. You feel this along the waist, I hope. Last thing, hold it here. Open up the thighs and little presses out and out. Go press, 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 press. You can do this without the resistance band. Good. Keep going. 10, 9, 8. If you have that resistance band, you feel it right here. Good. 4, and 3, and 2. Hold it there. Now hold it with the knees open. Hips are tipped, little tip up. Up squeeze, up squeeze. This is it. Good. You've got the highest uplifted seat on a Zoom call right now. 10, 9, 8, 7. Good. 6, 5, 4, and 3, and 2. Hold it there. Hold it. Breathe. Squeeze your thighs shut. This is it. 10 little tucks at tempo. It's tuck, 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 tuck. 10, 9, 8, 7. Squeeze your thighs together. Zip your waist right in. Here's our hold. Hold it. Separate your feet to hips distance. Lift up your hips again. Hold it. Breathe. Relax the glutes. Keep the hips up. Tuck your hips 1 more time. Relax your glutes, or relax the glutes. Relax your back. Tuck your hips up. Press into the floor. For 4, here's your hold. Feel it. 3, maybe lift up 1 more inch. And release. Great job today. You can take the strap off. We'll do a little stretch now. Hug your knees in toward you. Take a little rock on the sacrum, on the lowest part of the spine. And notice how you feel. Take a notice here. Hug the knees in toward the chest. Let them go a little bit. Good. You should feel great. Good. Maybe you feel kick-ass. I said that on live television, hey? Good, bring them in. Good, bring them back in. Very nice. Take a notice here for a second, and then plant your palms on the floor. We just did quite a few glute bridges. We're going to take just a traditional bridge or back bend, if you know it. Take an inhale breath and lift up your hips. So they don't have to go up super high. You can always shimmy the shoulders underneath the body a little bit to get a little bit more of a lift of the hips, and then try to relax the hips so you get this nice extension of the spine. If you know full wheel or back bend, feel free to take it if you can safely do it, and then keep your neck safe on the floor. Breathe in, exhale, stay for one more full breath. Back bends can help a lot to minimize the pressure on the lower spine, and they can also shift us out of anxiety and stress. Hug the knees in toward you, hug them up toward the shoulders, good. Hug them in again, and then we're gonna take a little bit of a twist. If it feels comfortable for you to bring both knees over to the right, you can. You can goal post the arms if that's available to you. Maybe you look over the left shoulder, breathe in here. Exhale, if it's available, you can always extend the top leg, good. You can always reach for the ankle with your opposite hand. So I'm reaching with my left hand for my right ankle, and really try to press the left shoulder to the floor. You can always look over the opposite shoulder. Whatever you take is fine, just make it work in your body today. Fold the knees back in safely toward the chest, hug them in toward you. Let them go a little away from you, and then bring both knees over to the left. You can goal post out the arms. You can look over the opposite shoulder. Feel free to extend the top leg, the right leg. I have a wall here, so I'm not able to do it to show you, but you get the point. You can always reach with the right hand for the left ankle and rotate the right shoulder back down to the floor. Good. You get a nice spinal twist here, just really listening to your body. So we work the muscles in this bar class in all directions: extension, flexion, rotation. Good. Breathe in here. And we even did some lateral motion today for your back and your sides. Good. Come back to the center. Hug your knees in toward the chest, and then take your strap if you have one. I'm just going to use the strap. You can use anything. You can use a belt or a rope strap, or just your hands. Breathe in here. Lengthen your spine. Lower the left leg to the floor. Right leg is in the air. So this should feel pretty good. Take an inhale breath, open up through the right leg, keep the left hip to the floor. So you know the stretch, you've been here before. Take your time. If you need more sensation, you can always bring that leg closer to the right shoulder. Try not to struggle in the upper body. So this should feel pretty relaxing. Bring your leg up, just cross the midline a little bit today, and then drop the right hip to the floor. Good. Sink the right hip down. Maybe you look over the opposite shoulder, and then if you want to bring the leg more across the body, you can. You can bring it as deeply across the body as you wish. I have a wall here that's kind of keeping me here, but yet at the same time, feel this deep, 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 deep stretch in the outside of the hip. Good. I think that was 3 levels of depth. Come back to the top, hug the right knee in toward the chest, do a little circle with the leg. I'm going to flip around. Bring your left leg up into the strap if you have it, otherwise you hold the left leg. Good. Lengthen the leg, let it feel good. You can always bend the right knee if you need to, or keep it straight. Just protect your body. This should feel good. Take an inhale breath to open up through the left leg. So keep the right hip bone planted to the floor. Good. Take whatever stretch you need here to relieve the inner thigh and the hip flexor. Take an inhale breath. Good. Lift up the leg. And then as you exhale, bring the leg across the body. Sink the left hip to the floor. Good. You can draw the leg closer to you if you need a little bit more sensation. Good. You can always bring the leg over deeper if you wish. Just really listening to your body. Good. You did a great job. Come back to the top. Good. Whenever you're ready, hug the knees in toward the chest again. Let them go a little away from you. Good. Do this a couple times. And then one leg at a time, extend both legs. And take an inhale breath, lengthen both arms and legs away from you. Good. So just reaching this good morning stretch. You have this natural gap in the lower spine. And then soften the legs. Bring one hand to the heart, one hand to the belly. See if you can connect to the breath. So you worked for 60 minutes today. See if you can notice how that feels, and then just soften your arms to your side, palms face the sky, and take a big inhale breath. So bring in what you need for today. Make today